Yay! Decided to work today. Woohoo! Anyway, it has been a while since I've done a video. I want to say it's been a week or so, give or take, something like that. I honestly have a bad time remembering when I last did a video to what I'm doing currently. I have a bad habit about doing that, but I haven't done one of these kinds of videos in, well, since the melting eye was, I think, the last time I did, like, the process of, instead of just the, hey, I did all this off camera, isn't this fun? Anyway. But I am back with the graveyard, because this is actually going to be one of those art projects that now I'm getting to the point that I do want to start showing off more. I just want to make sure I didn't have an issue with my recording again. But I did a large amount. I don't know if I showed it on the last video. So I'm actually going to sit on my butt so you guys can have a better view of the... I was about to call it a doodle. This isn't a doodle. The sad thing is, I had it in my head before I hit record on what it's proper, like, what the technical word, the technical word of what this is, and I just completely shot it out of my head. But, I made the markings for the freshly dug up dirt for the tombstones? Headstone. Well, either way, they're both correct. But I started to do that. This was actually the first round that I did. But because I had technical issues when I did this, not yesterday's technical issues, but I want to say the day before. So wait, today's Friday. So I want to say Wednesday, I think, is when I did these. I think it was Wednesday. I think. I don't know. My days have been, like, horrendous lately. But I did that. I made the markings, and then I glued the first round down. Ugh. I glued the first round down. It's just so much fun saying that. As I showed before in an update video that I did the sides all down, I'm actually... I'll get to that in a second. And then I have all of the... Woo! That was a breeze and a half. I have my window open because... I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like raining its butt off right now. And it is so blissful. God, it's so nice out. But I did the town. I have the town all glued down. And I don't know if you... Well... You can kind of tell, but that is actually the church in a cul-de-sac. I don't know why I chose to do a I don't know why I chose to put a church in a cul-de-sac, but for some reason, to me personally, it's, like, really creepy. It's, like, at one point in time, I used to live across the street from a church, so it's, like... It wasn't a big church or nothing like that, it was just, like a tiny church, like a rinky-dinky church. A cute little church, actually. I enjoyed it. It terrified the loving gods out of me, but it was nice. It was different. It was like, I don't know, it was so weird to explain that place, but it was nice. I was, you know, for the few years that I was living there, it was a nice little, you know, it's a nice little area. But yeah, I don't know why. Just a church in a cul-de-sac, just, I don't know, it creeps me out. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's a few things in this project. Diorama. That's what it is. It's a diorama. Which still doesn't seem correct, but a lot of art videos that I've looked up for just, you know, random ideas or, oh my god, that's actually really cool. I should give that a whirl. They were called dioramas if they're like this. Like big. Ugh. I feel like I have something stuck in my throat. Gross. But, yeah, I don't know why. This is, like, one of the biggest things I've done so far. But, like I was saying, I have these all glued down. I have the little apartment glued down, which I don't know yet. It's actually been just a roaming idea, but I kind of want to put like a trash can kind of thing in the background, like those big-ish ones. I kind of want to do that for the back part, but I don't really know yet. I also not sure if you're able to see. Excuse me. Ugh. Gross. Yeah, no, you can kind of tell, but in like certain areas, like, hold on, like right here is like the driveway for everybody. So, and then you have its parking lot. Yeah, you can see it a lot better this angle, but he has his little parking lot for the apartments. And then this whole section is actually going to be for the hospital, which laying it all out and stuff like that, it actually, I kind of like the idea that I have in my head for it because it's going to be like a, kind of like a crescent, kind of like, no, I don't think the Shining Hotel is called the Stanley Hotel. But I think it is? I'm not sure. But if you've seen The Shining, you can tell like how it's set up. It's like it's in like a kind of like a cul-de-sac. Kind of it's like a crescent kind of thing and stuff. So I kind of like that idea, and I actually asked my friend from Mississippi. I'm like, well, hey, I kind of need your 10 cents on something. How do you think it would look like this? Or do you do you like option A or option B? He actually liked option B. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I want to love option B, but then like the more I looked at it, I'm like, that actually looks a whole lot better than my original idea. So that's where that's going. I can't really move my phone to get like better views, but I can do kind of like a side shot. Kinda. It's not really showing up from my angle, but hold on. All of this I ended up muddying up a little bit so it doesn't look like the clay idea anymore. Like clay dirt and stuff like that. And then I went over it with it was like 4 different glitters that I mixed together, and then I added a little bit of this it's kind of like glitter hairspray in a way. It's used for like Halloween costumes and stuff like that. Actually, hold on, because this I know I can do. I'm just gonna scoot my butt off of camera so I can stand up. Ow, my kneecap. I keep hitting my knees on stuff. Oy. Holy crap, I cannot do that anymore like I used to. But, oh, it just says glitter hairspray. Okay. But me and Snacks actually found this not too long ago, and they were never open. Like, these were brand spanking new puppies, and I can't say no when it comes to free things and glitter. I know, I don't always seem like the type of person that loves glitter, but yet I have a whole bag. Okay, so I know I'm veering off so many subjects right now. So, when you go to a store and you go down the party section, you see like these kind of small gift bags, basically. Well, I got one for Snacks for his birthday not too long ago. And it's like this cool ocean marble kind of look, but I didn't want to throw it out, and I know he wasn't possibly gonna use it for anything. I double checked. Not, okay, Snacks, I'm taking this because you're not gonna use it kind of thing. It's like, hey, buddy, big guy, Palorino, are you gonna use this for anything? Because if not, I'm gonna use it for some things so I can get stuff straightened out, and yeah. I stood up too fast. But, so I have that full of glitter. that is actually what I use some of those glitters to mix with for this, so it could have more of like a broken rock effect. Because I know if you go through like a gravelly kind of section, you could tell like there's some glitter and like sparkles in there from like the busted up rocks and stuff like that. That's what that effect was. So I was able to take care of that. I added a dark... Yeah, no, I only did the dark blue glitter for the water so it could have more of a effect to it. Which I'm going to go through that again with a lighter blue so I can like layer up the blues a little bit. But the main reason why I started this video was so I can show you guys how I did the... There is a lot of flipping cars today. I figured it was raining, there wouldn't be so many cars, and holy crap was I wrong today. But, I basically wanted to give a rundown on that of what I was doing off camera. Okay, I need my coffee. It's just, I have something stuck in my throat, it feels. Ugh, holy crap. Oh my gourds! Okay, I feel better. Okay. Oh. Ugh. Okay. Take two. But I want to show you guys how I laid everything out and stuff like that, which was super duper simple and beyond easy. The only difference is that for the base glue that I used for like the bottom coat, is that I used, hold on, was it Elmer's glue? I know, it's such a nice shot of my elbow. Yeah, Elmer's glue. The really big boy, because every time I get like the kind of like the small-ish ones, like the ones you'd normally see everybody grab kind of thing for small. Okay, that was the dryer. I'm like, what was that bang? Okay, it was the dryer. But, the ones like you would normally see, like the 2-packs of and stuff like that, it's like little basic everyday size. But for how much I've been doing art projects with how much art projects I've been doing recently, and okay, that is still the dryer. I don't know why the dryer seems like, I don't know, it's like the thumps from the socks and stuff like that, just like the clothes banking around. It just seems like it's louder than normal. But, good grief, I just cannot keep up today. But, instead of getting, like, the regular size things of Elmer's glue that's gone within 10 seconds, me and Snacks both agreed to just pay out, I think... I want to say it was... I think it was like 20 bucks, somewhere around in there for this, but it's also a 32-ounce bottle. So this so far, and I don't know if you can see this, hold on. Because I know if I get it close enough to the camera, there it is. Like, I've had this so far now for almost, I want to say for almost like a year-ish, maybe half a year or something like that. I will most definitely have to ask Snacks on that one, but it's been, this thing has lasted me quite a few months, and I'm barely even made a dent in it. I give it by the end of this year when I'm gonna want to get another bottle of it. Which, personally, if I had it my way, I would grab 2 bottles of it so I wouldn't have to worry for about 500 years, but I can't do that. I have to prioritize now. Oh no. But, hey, I know that dude. That's, Crumbles. Okay, so I have the new Resident Evil 4 remake playing in the background, but I have it on, like, super low so it doesn't affect anything. And they just showed a very old character, but I could, for the love of me, not remember his bloody name. He has the red beret. And I know that doesn't help with anything. I'm veering off of subjects again. But, back to the main thing. I use the Elmer's glue. Wink, wink. I use the Elmer's glue as the first base coat for everything, and then I just added on, or then I added the. I know me saying blunt guts doesn't sound proper, but it's the I don't really know what you would call it. It's like it's tobacco shavings. I don't really know what to call it. Really, honestly, me being a stoner. I'm just so used to calling it the blunt guts and stuff like that. But it's tobacco basically. It's different scented tobaccos. Just, I think it gives it an extra something to it, and it smells good. And as the years go on, it'll like the scents will mesh together, so it'll have like its own unique scent. I'm not saying it's a great idea to use this. It really, really isn't. It took way more than I was expecting. And I know there's like a far easier, or not even easier, but like a far better substitute than using this, but I didn't think about the alternative options outside of using this, so my brain just like, oh no, do this, she'll be fine. It's, it's still good. But I double checked everything to see like how long will it last outside of the wrap and stuff like that, and it's good for a number of years. It doesn't technically go bad, really. Like, it does, but it doesn't. It's not like it's gonna mold over in the first 2 weeks of having it all glued down. No. Plus, I also don't know if I said this in my last video for this, but I used my extra strength hairspray to, top coat it down so I know everything's, like, stuck in place and it's not gonna budge anywhere and it won't have that issue. Good cradles if I sneeze again. My nose has been hating me all day today. Anyway, we're just gonna slip back into this, but I'm not gonna use the Elmer's glue for the top coat. Just, I don't really like overdoing it with the Elmer's glue, honestly, because the last time I did something multiple layers with Elmer's glue, it ended up breaking away on me. Like, I loved the look of it. I actually don't know if I did a video for that. I think I did. It's the art project was called Dead Love, which was 2 skeleton hands that I've had since I was, I don't know, 6, 7. I'm dating myself with this, but I've had those when Subway was giving out toys. And it was during one of their Halloween things, and they had pens with little claspy hands and stuff. I loved it! But, that's where I got those from. Again, I'm dating myself because, come on, we all know Subway isn't really a big thing anymore. Yes, it is, but it's not like how it used to be. The food doesn't taste the same anymore. They took away the best sub combo ever, which was their seafood sub. That, God, so delicious. They took it off. I was so upset. But that's basically how long that I've had those for, and I like have them interlocked with like little tombstones. Like, one of them has a butterfly, the other one has like a little spider next to it. And Yeah, I really love that art project. I really hated it after a while, but I really loved it, which is what kind of triggered all this outside of my ghost party picture that is hanging on this side of the wall. The off-camera wall. But what I'm using to do the extra layer is actually Gorilla Clear Glue, which is Gorilla Glue's super glue, which I really hate because it takes longer to dry in a way, which it's crazy glue. Of course it's going to take forever to dry, but me personally, I'm actually a gel glue type of person because it takes a while for it to dry, so you still have I would probably say like a 10-15 minute window to do what you need to do and, you know, finagle what you're trying to glue together a little bit better than this. Because once the stuff hardens, you can't do jack with it and it sucks. But you also have a longer time to fidget with it and stuff like that. But for me, being slightly impatient with things, I prefer everything to be a quick dry, so it's quick, done, easy, move on to the next project. So, kind of forced to use this for a little bit, which this is actually my last one. But I'm gonna use this for the second go around, which if you see me take stuff off of here, it's just the excess tobacco leaves. I still don't know what it's properly called. If anybody knows, please let me know, because I don't want to misinform things and going, it is called this, when actually it's called this. But I'm using this, and as I go along, I'm adding the leaves. And if you see my arm ducked out, it's because I have a bowl. There you go. There we go. Like half a bowl-ish of what was left over from all of the sightings, and then having to buy more because I miscalculated on things. And yeah, I know, I'm droning on. I'm sorry. I just saw the time, this turned out to be a long narration when I could have been multitasking the entire time. But I don't know, I kind of miss doing this, and I've gotten a few compliments on my voice, so, you know, I want to drag it out a little bit. But, I'm not really going to add too much of this. But I'm not going to add, a tiny amount either. Which, already, I'm actually going to have to go back to the Elmer's glue because that is not looking right to me. So I'm going to cap this. And... I got some on my finger. No. Yeah, because that just leaked all over. I'm not doing that again. And then, oh, crap. Okay, I can... I'm like, crap, you guys can't see. I'm thinking I'm, all the way over here. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, that kind of leaked over a little bit, and I am already not happy with that. So, Elmer's glue it is. I kind of had a feeling that this wasn't really going to work like how I was hoping it was going to work. So here comes the fun part on showing you guys how I applied the base coat of it all. So give me 1 second. Oh, God. Oh, God, my knee. I'm starting to understand why people don't believe me when I say I'm actually 27. How's my ankle? Good grief. It's like snap, crackle, pop like I'm a Rice Krispie factory. I'm terrible. Is this it? Yeah. That's the one. Cool. Oh, good goodness. Okay. So I use it was straight at one point, now it's a little crooked. But I use a paintbrush actually. A slightly thin paintbrush. It doesn't have a number to it, so I'm not gonna let go. Oh, it's a. Oh, he just cleaned his car with the. Jesus. Two cars just cleaned themselves with the little mini ocean that's outside. Okay, so how our road is, it kind of like divots, like it dips down a little bit in one area, kind of. It's not noticeable when it's dry, but when it rains, you can definitely tell that it gathers a lot of water. But um, I just use a paintbrush and the Elma's glue. So I'm actually gonna have to slide over. I'm gonna have to slide over and stick this out a little bit. Okay, yeah, you guys can still kind of see what I'm doing. So basically how I applied the glue on this one is kind of how I'm going to do it with this one. Because the more I put on there, the smaller I can't think of the goddamn word. The smaller I'm going to want the bump to be on top. So basically what you're doing is making a glue box. Which does and doesn't always work. But if I use a bigger brush, I don't have much self-control. And I'm not really a fan of just pouring out the glue. And yes, sometimes I do pick up tobacco flakes, so it does make it a little bit messy for the glue, but again, this is just art glue to me. It's not like I'm using it for anything else outside of art needs. Think about it as if you're frosting a Pop-Tart. Because if you've seen, I know most of you've seen what a Pop-Tart, like, okay, you can kind of see it on the camera on where I'm like whiting it all out. But like, I know I know there's a few people out there that grew up on Pop-Tarts. Granted, they were not the greatest, but I know we all know what a Pop-Tart looks like. That's kind of what you're doing here. Is like you have that teeny square and then all that crust. That's kind of what you're doing. That's honestly the best way to explain the gluing application. Is that you're just making a shape for like Pop-Tart. For like a Pop-Tart. I can't believe I just made a food reference to make it easier to explain on what you're trying to do. And then you lightly push it down with your fingers. Granted, it's absolutely okay to have excess because you're just going to tip it off in, let's say, 24 hours, give or take. So you can gather up all the excess again. And then you're just going to do it to every single one of them. Which I really wish I had a better way to apply this sometimes. But the other method that I have is actually watering the glue down and then spraying it on there, but it doesn't really work all that great. Like, the only time I would honestly suggest to water your glue down and using the misting method is if you're trying to like doing the inside of a book cover, kind of. Because you don't really need that much glue on the inside of the book covering, but you kind of need some adhesive to it, but not a lot. So watering down the glue by a little bit actually helps a little bit, It's not the best method, honestly. It actually kind of makes it a little bit messier, and sometimes you still have like, whoop, sometimes you do still have like some fallout of what you're doing. But if you're trying to get that extra little bit of glue to stretch, then I would definitely say water it down by a little bit. Or another thing you could use watered down glue, like lightly watered down glue for, is if you know you're going to be doing like a layered ish effect, not like this, but like for nails and stuff like that. There are certain nail products that you do want to water down your glue, so it's like kind of easy to manipulate and like easy-ish to move around. Okay, you guys can still kind of see what I'm doing. The reason why it doesn't look like I'm going too far down is because I'm pushing the side, so it's pushing it up for me. So I'm not going too deep in the glue. So that's why it looks like I'm only like barely dipping it in. Can't get this one side. Okay, whatever. And another thing is when you're done using glue on your paintbrush or any form of adhesive on a paintbrush or any kind of brush, use soapy hot water. Not like, oh my god, I'm burning my flesh off hot water, but like, decent hot water, like you're doing the dishes, kind of. And whatever kind of dish soap or whatever soap you have on hand. Personally, I would say use Dawn dish soap. It might be a little bit more expensive depending on where you're getting it from or, where you're living at, like what state and country and kind of thing, cuz it kind of varies. But it definitely helps with removing the glue and like excess paint and stuff like that. Like it does wonders. And I've always been a Dawn person, so it doubly helps and doubly effective. Um Crumb. I should have grabbed a net. Oh, hold on. And for example, if you have like excess bits on your paintbrush, which I have, I just wipe it off with a paper towel. And it also kind of helps flatten the brush out a little bit too. But I just don't want to go through the drama of trying to clean my paintbrush after all of this, because I apparently did not wipe off all the excess tobacco leaves when I wiped off the excess. Sorry, brushed off the excess. I actually use one of my my big boy paintbrushes to knock off the excess instead of banging the art project around trying to get all the loose particles. And I know, I keep saying and. It's like before I would be like, I remember those old videos constantly saying, just delaying because I don't know what to say. But I don't know if you guys caught this, but I actually have a dividing line. It's like a straight line going down the middle of the cemetery piece, but that's going to be the walkway. So when I go ahead and do that, I'll show you guys the same process, just slanted so you guys can see it better, because you can't really see what I'm doing now. But I'm pretty sure you guys get the hint of what I'm doing right now. And I'm actually doing 2 at a time because I did layer it a little bit thicker than the first go around. Oh my god, it's Snack Attack! What? Ah, I couldn't read what it said. Crumb! Crumbs, snacks, crumbs! I heard a sponsor of. Oh, wait, I think he was replying to the Pokemon Go thing that I sent him. We have a new Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go, which is a very fun game for me because I love Pokemon. And it gets you adventurous, gets you out of the house, and meeting new people. Anyway, I just got like really silent, like, oh no, I blew some stuff away, oh no. But I'm doing 2 at a time. 2 spots at a time because I layered it on a little bit thick, so I do have that partial excess time to kind of like goof around just a tiny bit. I don't hear my TV, there it is. Plus, it makes it go a little bit faster. And no, it's not because I'm impatient with it. Like with this part, I just want to kind of roll this through just a little bit more. Like get more of this done a little bit quicker kind of thing. Ow! Son of a bull hockey. I thought I saw Snack send me another text. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna take over the Poke World. Okay, for a second, it didn't look like I was recording anymore. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 10 more to go. I'm not really sure if you guys want to keep watching this. Just because now it's like you can't really see what I'm doing. But I can actually go over a few other ideas for this that I really want to do. Because outside of making my ghosts from Ghost Party from 2018, I think it was? 2017? I can't tell. I can't really read my signature up there. Plus, I kind of made it a little small. But, I want to say it was like 2018 or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to strangle kids. I heard yelling again. I'm not doing this right now. I just want to have a video that's successful. But I started this back in 2018, and not this, but the Ghost Party project. And outside of making my ghosts, I also want to add special ghosts, like Pac-Man ghosts, or crap, I forgot his name. Snacks! 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 I forgot his name. Boo, I think. King Boo? Boo. I'm gonna beat kids' butts. I think it was Boo. Yeah, King Boo from Mario. He was the ghost with his tongue always hanging out with the really cool looking crown and stuff. I wanted to make him and like have different ghost references throughout the cemetery and stuff like that. Which I think making the ghosts is actually gonna take me longer than doing the actual cemetery itself. Because, like, there's a lot of ghost references and, like, ghost characters from some video games and shows and stuff like that that I would love to add into here. Kind of like how I have a few super special ones that I would love, 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 love to create. And like just have them hidden throughout the cemetery and stuff like that. Because I wanted to try to in a way limit it all to like just being in here. But then I have all of this outside to fill in, and I know I'm not going to be able to fill it all in with trees, because that's just crazy. It's crazy. I can't do all that. No. It's going to get overcrowded, and... Well, the outside isn't going to get overcrowded. It's just like... I didn't make enough trees on besides I didn't have enough pipe cleaners to make enough trees. So I kind of just decided to put as much as I can on here and just add ghosts and some rocks and stuff like that all through the outside, so you can have like more to look at instead of just having it all in one area. Oh, holy crap. Trying to get my big butt over the hill. I'm gonna actually slide. Ah! Oh no! I think I fumbled. I'm gonna move this to the side-ish. Yeah, so you guys can still kind of see what I'm doing. I'm actually gonna work on the front row and then work on the last ones over there. So that means I'm gonna have to put this over here, over her, over here. Over somewhere! I don't know where, but darn it, I'll figure it out. Ugh. Now comes the fun part, because now I have to kind of kneel to do the top piece. But, crumb, I just did the opposite of what I just said I was gonna do. Whatever. But, I just want to have ghost references all throughout this project. Just because I think it would be cool, and they're not what I'm looking for. Ah, that was my knee that popped. Ah, crumbles. I think it would be cool on top of it being just another really cool layer to this art project, and I would say another nod to Tim Burton, because if you watch a lot of his movies, he has a lot of, like, nods and references to the things that inspired him growing up, and okay, probably I don't think growing up is like the word, but it's like he did a lot of nods. Like he does like nods and stuff like that to the things that kind of got him into doing movies and claymation, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't really make sense, but it kind of does. Like, oh, what was it? It was, I think, the Frankenweenie remake that he did, which Frankenweenie, I believe, was actually one of the first claymation pieces that he's ever created, I believe. Please don't quote me on that, but I think it was. I'm a little rusty on my Tim Burton fun facts. But, if memory serves me correct, it was one of the posters in the kids' room that created Frankenweenie. It was actually the original poster from his very first short, which was also titled Frankenweenie. Which I think that was actually kind of cool. He nodded to himself. He gave a nod to himself, which I thought that was actually like really, really cool. Or there was something in Nightmare Before Christmas that he did that was supposed to be, what was it? Or was it a thing in Corpse Bride that was for Nightmare Before Christmas? I can't remember how it went, but he had, like, a reference from one of the movies in the opposite movie. Like, I can't remember if he had a reference from Nightmare Before Christmas in Corpse Bride, or if it was he had a reference from Corpse Bride in Nightmare Before Christmas. I can't remember how that went. But, like, I thought it was kind of cute, and that's kind of, like, another reason why I want to do, like, different ghosts and stuff like that throughout the art piece. Not just because I think it would be really, really awesome, but, like, it would be, like, a triple whammy. Because it's things that I heavily enjoyed growing up and still heavily enjoy. And it would be like a nod within a nod, if that makes sense. If I'm rambling on nonsense, I'm sorry, but it all makes sense to me. And hopefully it makes sense to you guys, but also my wording is horrendous sometimes. So I think I'm wording correctly may not be me wording it correctly. But there was that. And honestly, it's not even just things that I loved watching and like things that I enjoyed growing up. It's also like things that Snacks liked and stuff like that, or still enjoys. Like there's some anime that we watch that have some ghosts in there and stuff like that that I want to add, but for the life of me, I can never remember the name of it. Snacks will know because he always goes, "Oh yeah, that's right. It's blah 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 blah." I don't have that sometimes. I'm just going, "It's from this anime." That's all I remember. Don't ask me what the name of the character was that made it. Don't ask me what character or who character it was that got possessed. Don't ask me any of that because I'm not going to remember. But he does. And he'll correct me every time, and I love it. Now, I gotta get off my other knee. I'm skimping close on this one. I'm like really skipping close on this one. But this is basically all that I did for the outside of the cemetery and the inside of the cemetery and the block pillar thingies and stuff like that. This is all that I really did. Super duper simple, slightly non-expensive, and very, very fun. Because, I don't know, this was like... Hello, round number 2 for annoying bus driver. Let it keep pouring so nobody can go outside. Because yesterday, all that was just kids screaming bloody murder as if they were getting murdered, and I couldn't accomplish anything. Like, I had a whole thing planned. Ugh. And every time I would hit record, the kids would start screaming. And I went through 10 videos yesterday of just unusable things. Like, you heard them way more than you heard me, and it got to the point that it was getting frustrating. It was severely frustrating, to the point that I just didn't want to do anything after a while. I'm just like, you know what? Screw it, I'll just do it tomorrow, because I know it's going to be pouring its butt off, and nobody's going to really want to go outside. And like I was telling Snacks today, like, I kind of like it, because I love making art in the rain, because it's, like, quadruply relaxing, and I can get more stuff done, without the interruptions of, which, it is true, and I'm going to say this right now, I don't mind kids playing, but when you're intentionally being loud and obnoxious and beyond disrespectful, I cannot stand it. Like, that is one of the main reasons why I hate kids. No, I don't hate my nieces, but they're also not kids anymore. They're both in their teens hitting adulthood. They still have their moments of being annoying, but I can deal with that because they know when to knock it off. They know when they've hit a limit of, I'm going to strangle you with my love and affection. Which, no, I would never strangle a kid. I would never hurt a kid. I'm too much of a mommy to do that. I have too much motherly instincts to want to do that. Do I think about it some days? Depending on the day. Depending on... My feelings go by how the person is acting. If the kid is acting like an obnoxious, rude little stain, I'm gonna treat you like you're an absolute dirtball. But if you're being nice and respectful, I will show you the same thing. But again, if you're being loud and obnoxious and to the point that sounds like a great idea, I can't do it regardless because my motherly instincts will not allow me to do it. Same exact way when my cat Duncan does something extremely irritating beyond belief, which I'm surprised he's not in here, actually. He was up there on the chair earlier. But same thing goes for my knee. Same thing goes for my cat. If he does something extremely annoying, I'm gonna put him in his little place and tell him to knock that off. But I do it to an extent with love and affection. To an extent. There are sometimes, but I can't because, again, it is my motherly duty that I cannot harm another little one. Not even my own, even though they're gonna push my buttons beyond belief if I ever have kids. I'm just gonna leave it at that on that one. But yeah, and I couldn't do anything yesterday. Like I said earlier, I went through 10 videos, 10 unusable videos, because all you can hear is just those kids screaming and, like, just being beyond obnoxious and rude. And I don't tolerate rude anything. I don't tolerate rude adults, I don't tolerate rude kids, and I don't tolerate rude animals. How can an animal be rude, you say? Very, very simple. When they don't leave your feet alone. Duncan. I love Duncan to death. He's my number one fuzzball. But sometimes when he thinks it is playtime at the wrong time and decides to play with my feet, that's when we got some issues. But, thankfully, it is raining, so I'm able to get this done. And all that goodness, because yesterday I wanted to do a video, or videos, plural, of me making ghosties, which I couldn't do any of them, again, due to bad audio. So, I'm probably going to do that later on once I get this video uploaded. Because if I try to make a video while one is uploading, it'll take forever and then YouTube will tell me, oh, well, we can't update your video because some crazy malarkey. So I have to do one video at a time, and I can't make multiple videos like I used to because I will get distracted too easily. Because I'll get distracted too easily, and I don't want to mislabel a video again because I've done that a few times, and I was not happy on all accounts. Fill in that crack! Here it is. And for me, my knees are sore now. And for my luck, which is, okay, it's not really my luck, but normally if I don't have anything on the brush, I'll just wipe it back in the container and leave that for the next go around. I have a bad thing of always putting paintbrushes in my mouth side thing if I'm debating on using it again for something. But that's pretty much it, actually. That's basically all I did on Wednesday, was just fill in the outlines that I made, which I set up the tombstones, had them separated out a little bit, made the markings of where each one was going to go, and then I made where I wanted to put the lines at so I could just fill them in later in the day and all that good jazz. I just blew a lot of that away. And then all I really do after I'm done all of them is that I'll go back over everything and go through and see which ones might need a little bit more and a little bit more filling in certain areas. And when I'm done with this, if I have anything left over from the tobacco leaves, I just junk it. I throw out the excess because I don't there's a very high chance that I'm probably not going to need it again for anything. But now I'm thinking about it. I might keep it just in case if I do end up making another project that is going to need, like, dirt and stuff like that. Or a dirt substitute kind of thing. And then pat down as you go. Just make sure you're on an even surface so you're not tipping it all over. And that's pretty much it. And here's the view of what it all looks like after the second layer of glue. Honestly, it all kind of depends on how high you want the amount of dirt to be. I normally... It depends on how high you want the mountain of dirt to be, and also how much you're working with when it comes to the material that you're using, if that makes sense. I know, again, bad wording, but for this one, it depends, because when you look at it leftover wise, that's all I have. Like that, even filling in with some of the gaps that didn't fully get covered after like patting it down and stuff like that. I'm probably only gonna leave it as 2 coats, possibly, because I also still need some of the excess for the walkway piece, because again, this is the only dirt substitute or dirt I don't know the word, and I feel like I should know the word because I feel like I just used it. I'm just gonna leave it as just dirt, but it's the only thing I really have at the moment as a dirt look-alike, instead of going outside, finding dirt, and then hoping to God it works like how I'm thinking it works, which I don't think it would work. But then also I do have that thing of, if you actually do use dirt for a project like this, you're going to more likely attract insects, even with, doing it with the glue, the top coat, and all of that. I don't want to take that risk. I have a thing with bugs. I'm not happy with bugs. I don't like bugs. They can stay outside where they belong. I don't want them in my house. No, thank you. Some of them are very stunning things. I don't want them in my house. No, thank you. So, doing all that. But I might try to do a 3-layer, but honestly, I'm only going to do a 2-layer on this one. The Dead Love art project that I did, that was I want to say a 5 or 6 layers. It was like 5 or 6 layers, but I also used extremely old tea that I either couldn't stomach, or it was going bad on me, so I didn't really want to take that extra risk of possibly getting sick from it, so I just used that as the fake dirt, which it actually came out very nice, but it also, if I ever take it out of the closet to show, you could tell like it's starting to peel away from the canvas and it's like falling apart a little bit here and there. But I think it was also just because of how much I was using of the old tea, and the canvas itself is just kind of like peeling away from it. So it's a whole ordeal that I just don't want to go through. But and that's also not counting for the 2 mounds of dirt that I used. So altogether, it probably was like 10 or 15 layers, something like that, because I believe I did 5 layers each for the mounds of dirt, but that was so long ago. I was still living with my of a roommate which so glad I'm not with them anymore. Holy crap. But dealing with all that and stuff like that, but it was a long time ago. I want to say I started that back in like 2016 maybe. So memory there is a little rough, and I don't think I don't think I ever did a video of how I was doing everything, and I hit an hour, so I'm sorry I've been rambling for that long. But long story short though, I'm probably only going to do 2 layers on that, and then the leftover, what's left over, I'm hoping I have enough to do the walkway. I think it was just something that like flew across that had a shadow behind me. I'm not too sure. But hopefully I have enough for the walkway piece where you can see the black lines or the dark brown lines. So, and it's the length of like, it's from the tip all the way down to here. So it's going to be very, very thin, which, excuse me, which is another reason why I'm probably only going to do, crumble, excuse me. Now I'm starting to get the hiccups. But, like I was saying, I'm probably only going to do the 2 so I have enough left over so I can do the pathway, and then whatever's left over, I'm probably just going to tuck away in a Ziploc bag, and then next time I want to do something that involves a dirt texture of some sorts, then I'll just use that little bit or grab more and just do all that, which now I'm thinking about it. It would be smart. I don't know why I didn't think about that. It would Porky Pig, hello. It would have been cheaper, smarter and cheaper to have just gotten those like big bags of tobacco instead of just buying the blunts like I was doing. I might have just shot myself in the foot. Yeah, it would have been cheaper because then I wouldn't have had to go back. Because I think altogether, I think I bought like 6 or so blunt wraps, which there is a pack of 5s. So, I'm like 5, 10, 15, 20 kind of thing. That's what I was going through. That was going through my head. It's like, okay, well, if I'm doing this, I'm probably only going to need like 15 of them. Then I would actually needed more. So, like, altogether it's probably like 20 or something. But thinking about it, I could have just gotten... I could have spent the same amount of money that I did on buying those, or even like a few dollars more to just get that really big bag of tobacco, and then I could have just done it that way. Crap, I did not think about that until now. See, proven point, always think out your game plans before you start it. Do not go into a project halfly. Or do not go into a project half-assedly because you're going to regret it later. I kind of regret it now just a little bit. Crap, I should have thought that through better now I think about that. Crumb, because it would have been way cheaper to just buy the big bag than it was to buy like 5, maybe 6 of the, like, the 5 packs. Crumb. I also kind of deserve this little bit of a swift kick in the butt, too, because I didn't bother asking Snacks of, hey, buddy, what do you think would work better if I do option A or option B? He would have said option B, because I would have had my, whatever. Fine, Snacks, you're right, I was wrong. Brat. Look, Snacks isn't just my roommate and my gaming partner. He's also my artistic buddy on occasion when I'm stuck in a pickle or if I need that extra, oh my god, I need artistic help me! Not, hey, Brian, I need help. What's your option ideas? Which option do you think is better? Because granted, he has great ideas, but Snacks has he will analyze everything down to the bone and then go, this is your better option. How is it my better option? And then he'll just go straight into War and Peace going, okay, this is why it is a better idea. This is why it's going to work far better. This is why you shouldn't do it like this. If you do it like this, it's going to come out way smoother. You're insane. Do it like how Snack says. Oh god, life is so much easier. Which, actually, there's another story between me and Snacks, actually, it was very, very recent, but that is another story for another time, and I do need to upload this because I've been rambling on for way too long, and since it's an hour-long video, it's going to take a little bit longer to upload, but once it does, I am most definitely going to jump back on to making another video, but this is going to take a little bit. So until then, I'm going to cut all of this now. But until the next video and adventure, I will see you guys soon. And a quick question of the day. Should I go back to my normal intros? Like, introducing myself and not just, hey, this is what I'm doing today. Like, should I go back to the introductions? Yay, nay. I kind of miss doing it a little bit, but also I've been doing it for so long, I think people know who I am by now. Like, the channel has my name in it, so, you know, my channel's kind of self-explanatory kind of thing. Anyway, but, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, which might be nighttime at this point, because I think it's like 5 o'clock by now or something. I can never tell. It looks like a 4. Like, I see the outlining of the forehead. Well, I see the outlining of the 4, and it's starting to rain even harder. Thank you, God. Thank you, Odin! Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.